service providers, we've got 100,000 plus set-top boxes that are kicking off data in real time, which is representative of our footprint. And if you look at where we are on the connected TV space, again, we've got the IP addresses and we can get data in real time. The question is, what do you do with that bucket of data? So again, on the panel last week, I brought up that we can run reports every way till Sunday, but the question is, who's got the time to read all that stuff? How do we make it work? So we're spending a lot of time in two buckets, really. One, figuring out how people are interacting with the ads, both within the guide as well as in the smart TV space. And then second, how are they using the platforms in general? So we actually have enlisted Nielsen to help us with our research. We're going to get a panel together and figure out how people are using smart TVs and spend a lot of time there. Kick the tires on, what are the right ad units, what are the right size, what are the right colors, how frequently should they change? Should they be video? Should it be, what should all that be? We're going to ask a lot of questions, so we're doing that over the next couple of months. In the fall, we'll have a lot of metrics on the back end that we can look at this. We've also got our 24/7 type data, or dashboard type data that we can see in real time. I can see right now, the next generation televisions have been shipped in the last month and a half, 2 months, and I can start to see right now as we have ads running on the platform for Samsung and Sony, the click-through rates, the time spent, the engagement levels, and they're very impressive. I mean, the click-through rates right now, and now we kind of liken back to the early days of the internet and the high click-through rates there. But we're seeing really impressive click-through rates on the ads. People want to play around with the content. They've got this big canvas to search around. We've got video now enabled on these ads. So
what
people are
is the
getting.
click-through rate?
Oh, we haven't said it publicly yet, so we'll certainly get back to you with it.
Nice.
We're good.
Yeah.
I'd also like to add something on that, is that we all in this room, I think, know that it's easier, I'm not saying easy, to look at platforms individually, like looking at linear TV on one side, mobile, online, smart TV. How do we put them all together to show the impact that each of them has on each other? And that's the challenge that my organization faces. And hopefully, if things keep changing at the pace they are, we're going to have to try to stay ahead of that curve. But I mean, we've done some cross-media work in terms of effectiveness online and TV. We were talking before about it would be interesting to see the effectiveness online TV, online smart TV, and benchmark those and see is the consumption of online video touching a part of my brain, or is it a lean forward experience? Is the smart TV a lean forward experience versus linear TV being more of a lean backwards experience? And I think effectiveness metrics, because I think reach wouldn't really identify that, because you can still get counted whether you're leaning forward or backwards. I think effectiveness is really one of the most important things, in determining that the value of these more targeted platforms for content.
Yeah, I think the lab through Media Brands just did a video effectiveness study with a colleague of yours in the video space, and they were studying how people engage with video online versus how they do it in their living room, and what the effectiveness is of that. And they literally put monitors on them and studied their responses to the advertising in both environments, and I think that's coming out in like a week. But that's exactly the type of stuff that I could get in front of people and say, look, you can't argue with this data, because this
Was it Yumi?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we published something on that yesterday.
Yeah, they're going to release it, I think on June 1st.
Basically, it said that the bottom line was DVRs aren't distracting you, iPads and iPhones are distracting you.
Yeah, and by the way, sitting, as we were talking about, on the board of the Academy of Intelligent Arts and Sciences, that comes up as a question with a lot of our constituents who are all wondering, why should we support second and third screen during our shows? Aren't they distracting from the content we've worked so hard to produce? And the answer to a lot of them is that the content is not being created as distraction. There's actually a lot of careful planning right now being done to make sure that supplementary content comes at the right times. Is timed. That's why your
You talk about the
application.
apps.
Well, I mean, it's like you better distract your own viewer, because if you you don't, someone else will.
Right,
Devices aren't going away.
Right.
Everyone's gonna have an
Right.
iPad soon or a.
Better to distract them with,
No,
with
you're
a
absolutely
media
right.
sync app with the content that they're watching.
For the
like
show, and the
text,
right,
Yeah.
Give them
and the
just
right
that.
advertisers, yeah, and look,
Otherwise, it'll be email,
my
or,
daughter, walks up, she's 19 months, she walks up to the TV and bangs on it because she thinks it's gonna interact because she uses my iPad. I mean, this is
That's why.
this is the
Yeah, right.
New York to LA godsend for a baby, and literally her brain is being wired differently. And so if we don't let go of our old ideas now and jump on this bandwagon of the fact that we're in a natural user interface, touchscreen, multi-screen world, we're all going to be on the side while everyone else who's embracing what's happening, moves forward. So
So